Ladies and gentlemen, we are so back here one final time at D Machine in St. Louis, Missouri. This arena was heavily damaged by storms last year, cutting the 3.0 NIRATIAS season short. It's due to be demolished here soon, so let's send it off the right way. NIRATIAS is home throughout the entire Stargazers era. It's time to say goodbye. Hello everyone, my name is James Page, your ringmaster, your global hero, and your voice of NIRATIAS as always present. Don't have my desk, unfortunately. The part that led up to the old cat cradle is gone, but I found a secure location here backstage for me to present tonight's NIRATIAS to you. 2 hours of the best women's professional wrestling on the planet, and you best believe that we are on the verge of something special. A brand split for NIRATIAS, the first time this has ever been executed. As we go backstage, all eyes are on tonight. Sophia Fortune, Sue Juan, former United States champion. Sophia just took down Alex Cerrone at the World Finals back in Vegas. Hugely successful night for a lot of people. Now, we see one of our new competitors on the right there, Remy Solstice, will be in action later tonight, standing alongside Kalista Vendetta, who is returning. And speaking of returns, haven't seen her in a few years, Samantha Lou, former Akuma Dojo standout, hanging out with Faith Hawkins backstage. With a brand split on the horizon, a lot of new faces, a lot of returning faces, all cropping up here to see where they will be placed. There is a pool of over 70 NIRATIAS stars to draft, but as our great leader Chris Matthews said in the opener there, only 48 of them will get to call themselves NIRATIAS for year 4.0. As Hourglass is among us, we are looking into a hell of a night of action here tonight. Of course, 8 matches here tonight set up for you. Part 1 is right now. Part 2 will be in about an hour after this show ends. About 5-10 minutes after the end of this show. You know how the double downs work. Unfortunately, our partnership with the Ignite brand fell through, but it's okay. We are back and better than ever. NIRATIAS double down, showdown, ready to go. But there's still one piece of the puzzle missing, and that is the new ringmaster, Rosalie Hawthorne, to introduce us to tonight's action.
The following is your opening contest, and it is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, making her NIRATIAS debut, from Santa Rosa, California, weighing in at 130 pounds, she is the Irish hand grenade, Evie Devlin. And her opponent, also making their NIRATIAS debut, from Batesville, Indiana, weighing in at 115 pounds, they are the Punk White Team, Mitzi Parker.
I'm excited. I know you're excited there at home. It's time for us to get going with two bright NIRATIAS stars ready to open up the show tonight. Ify Devlin in the black, Mitzi Parker in the blue and red. It's Mitzi Parker offering a hand to Ify Devlin, but Ify slapping it away. As these two now locking up. Devlin wrestling out of Santa Rosa, California. Born and raised in Ireland. Brutal competitor, making her NIRATIAS debut. She's been a standout among the React Pro Series out in Europe and the NIRATIAS demonstrations that have been taking place over the last month to prepare for this NIRATIAS season. Then there's Mitzi Parker, a competitor who had planned to debut in the 3.0 season before the machine got destroyed and the season got cut short. The skater punk out of Batesville, Indiana, Ify Devlin already tried to set the pace for herself. Taking her time around the outside. And Mitzi Parker blowing her a kiss but gets dragged to the floor. And Devlin with an elbow to the back of the neck of Mitzi Parker. Mitzi Parker is absolutely incredible. Clash of styles here tonight. High flyer of Mitzi Parker. And just the brutal striking of Ify Devlin. Devlin is like a raging bull when she gets going. She already arguing with someone in the crowd here in D Machine. Doing little to endear himself to the NIRATIAS faithful in her first appearance. Big flying shoulder tackle though from Devlin. As Ify Devlin now sending Mitzi to the corner, big clothesline. Referee needs to look out. Coming back with a shoulder tackle in the corner. Big right hand from Devlin. He just runs through that clothesline and tapped into a big pound. Size advantage, Devlin coming into play there. Huge pound, just throwing Mitzi Parker across the ring, and Mitzi now trying to fight back, trying their best. Big drop kick to the back, sending Devlin into the corner. May have hit her head off the top, or the middle ring turnbuckle there. Excited tonight, I'm rusty. It's been a while. It's now big clothesline miss. Mitzi Parker continuing the pressure. Is now Parker. Look out, ref. Round the corner. Big kick. Off the ropes again, and a second one from Parker. This is Mitzi now. Beautiful standing moonsault. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Ify Devlin. Favorite move of hers is the spear. She throws it like no one else in the business. And look at that! Mitzi Parker showing off. Insane corkscrew shooting star standing. Unbelievable. And Parker, their weapon of choice. Of course, big Mixoku driver there. From Ify Devlin, 1, 2, barely. A kick out from Mitzi Parker. Mitzi Parker's weapon of choice is the pop shove it. That is an unbelievable, I don't know how the hell they do it. 180 Rock splash off the top rope. Mitzi Parker, beautiful scoop slam. Mitzi Parker now moving themselves to the top rope. Look at this. The tightrope and the drop kick. Parker is a special breed of professional wrestler. Now, tightropes again into an elbow drop. The balance on display. Only a 2 count for Mitzi Parker. Whether it's walking a rail or walking the top rope, it's all the same. And big, almost like a famous surveyor. So Devlin sends the much smaller opponent into the corner. Snapmare's down. Back elbow. Effie Devlin showing that she's not afraid to take to the skies either. And there's another pass. Hurling Mitzi Parker across the ring. 2. Almost gets the win there. It's now Mitzi. Effie went for another one of those flying shoulder blocks, got thrown aside. And Parker, beautiful springboard DDT. And now, Mitzi Parker firing up on Effie Devlin with a Fed press. And now Parker setting Devlin up in the corner. Are we gonna see it? Up to the top rope. 50-50 off the top. And now looking to score the win. Pop shove it from Mitzi Parker. 1, 2, 3. And Mitzi Parker with the win in their NIRATIAS debut. A debut delayed by several months due to unfortunate circumstances. Able to knock off a hot prospect for NIRATIAS. It'll be interesting to see where, if either of these two get drafted.
Your winner of the night, Mitzi Parker.
Like I said, there's a pool of over 70 NIRATIAS stars available to be drafted. Only 48 of them can go. Everyone from returning veterans to rookies down in the NIRATIAS Sector 18 Performance Center to Year 1 Stargazers. The only thing we know for sure is that Karamaxis is bound to Stargazers, as is Chelsea St. James. Dakota Wheeler is on Hourglass. Angelia Trice has to be drafted, but where is up to Ashley Hart, Hourglass General Manager Akira Young. Speaking of Ashley Hart, huge get for NIRATIAS Stargazers. Jerry Kurosawa will be staying on NIRATIAS' primary brand of Stargazers. Huge get. I'm sure Karamaxis isn't happy about this.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, making her NIRATIAS return from the past in Manitoba, Canada, weighing in at 160 pounds, Ruby Skylar. And her opponent, from Devil's Coulee in Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 137 pounds, Icarus Auditore.
Ashley Hart took over for Ruby Skylar as general manager of Stargazers, and I see why now. As Ruby Skylar returning to the ring to take on one of her students, Icarus Auditore. Of course, Ruby Skylar runs the Northern Force out of Canada. Icarus Auditore, one of Ruby's students in the Northern Force. Other students that are in NIRATIAS, Mark again, Serenity among them. Now, Icarus has a hell of an opportunity here, taking on Ruby Skylar, the former world champion. Was the final women's world champion for one of our older partner feds. They used to operate out of the PWN. So hell of an opportunity for Icarus to be able to make a name for herself, given Icarus doesn't have a win in NIRATIAS yet. Debuted on Stargazers last year at Horizon Festival 2. Horizon Festival 3 rather, taking on Marika Youngster, who was also debuting at the time. Icarus hasn't really been seen since. So hopefully, Auditore can really make a name for herself here. Only a 2 count for Icarus, who is already applying pressure to her teacher. Ruby Skylar, big springboard back kick there for Icarus Auditore. Icarus sending Ruby to the corner. Makes distance. Up and over into the turnbuckle. The worry I have for Ruby Skylar is ring rust. Because we've seen it even just recently at the World Finals. If you don't wrestle at NIRATIAS level for years, you lose so much of that muscle memory. Alex Zangeroni, former world champion, got dominated by Sophia Fortune at World Finals because of ring rust. Is the same fate going to fall on Ruby Skylar here tonight, trying to keep up with Icarus, who's been active on the independents, has been active up in Canada, and active for NIRATIAS' demonstrations lately. As Ruby Skylar Not looking like she's slowed down so far. Big gut buster there. And big girl senton from Ruby Skylar. Classic of the once upon a time Kickmeister General of NIRATIAS. With Skylar now keeping the pressure on Icarus as we see some of those kicks. Ruby has some particularly devastating kicks. Strong legs formed from years of playing soccer through elementary, middle, high school, into college up in Canada. And big suplex from Ruby to almost. Ruby Skylar, such a good kicker, almost qualified for the Canadian national soccer team once upon a time. And now, big head kick from Icarus, getting kicked is Ruby. Obviously something bestowed on Icarus by her teacher. Ruby Skylar, I don't think Ruby taught her that. Icarus is just a daredevil in that ring. Icarus Auditore off the ropes. Beautiful spaceman dive. Icarus Auditore. If this is your first time seeing Icarus and you're seeing the elf here, the weird makeup and look, Icarus finds strength in dressing up as a character that she created. Icarus Auditore is a mindset for her, and it lets her be free, lets her have confidence in doing some amazing things in that ring. One of many incredible LGBT stars here at NIRATIAS is now big head kick from Icarus Auditore, who's now bailing to the apron. Springboard into the shooting star. She hit in the middle on the inside. How in the world do you have the athleticism to do that too? Only a 2 Auditore leapfrogged the top rope, jumped off the middle to hit that shooting star. As the Ruby go-home driver. 1, 2, almost. Ruby Skylar continuing the pressure on Icarus. Now perhaps just looking for PK, but getting put down. The power of Icarus Auditore cannot be understated. He's stronger than she looks. Muscling out Ruby Skylar now. Dragon. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. 4. Icarus Auditore nailed there with the right hand. Icarus begging for more. And now the 2 Canadians having a hockey fight in the middle of the ring. Icarus able to withstand. Spanish fly. 1, 2, almost. Icarus Auditore could be just one move away. What in the world? And now, Phoenix Sacrifice Totem. Now this is no! Spins it into a sit out. 2, 3. Icarus Auditore, the winner. It looked like Icarus was going for Gario Muscle Buster. And Gario, a huge inspiration to Icarus. Another former NIRATIAS World Champion. Icarus putting her up spin quite literally on it. Icarus Auditore standing tall.
Your winner of the match, Icarus Auditore.
Icarus, huge win over her teacher tonight. I'm sure Ruby Styler is proud to see that her teachings work perfectly. Icarus Auditore may not be far from championship gold. Never thought I'd see the day where someone willingly asked for Oakley's strength. But if you're building a roster of killers, Oakley's strength is the perfect place to start. Multi-time world champion, the only of her kind in modern NIRATIAS history. One of the most efficient, violent, brutal competitors you could possibly have. What a combination of wrestlers her and Juri Kurosawa are.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, making her NIRATIAS debut from South Haven, Mississippi. Weighing in at 140 pounds, she is the Widowmaker, Shyla Deathridge. And her opponent, making her NIRATIAS debut from Kitchener in Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 140 pounds. She is the protagonist of professional wrestling, Scout Uzumaki.
Both of these competitors were introduced as making their NIRATIAS debut. However, it's only by technicality. We've seen both of these competitors before, Shyla Deathridge and Scout Uzumaki. Scout has appeared as local talent a few times for NIRATIAS, wrestling under the name Kid Scout. Shyla Deathridge, another one that has wrestled as local talent. Saw her during the beta, unsuccessful, but obviously catching the eye of someone at NIRATIAS because she is part of the drafting pool, as is Scout Uzumaki. Is now using big double knees in the corner there from Shyla Deathridge. Barely a 1 count. Remember, we will be getting the top 5 draft picks tonight. The rest of the rosters will be revealed next week. First on Wednesday for Stargazers, and Friday for Hourglass. Big moonsault there from Scout Uzumaki 2. Only a 2 count. She just wants to be Hokage of NIRATIAS, whatever that means. But Scout, there is no questioning that she is a hell of a competitor. Beautiful wrist lock suplex 2. Only a 2. Scout Uzumaki, well versed in striking and grappling. She is a talented, well-rounded. Went for a leg sweep there, but Shyla jumped it. Kicked to the side of the head. Uzumaki, another one of Ruby Skylar's girls out of Canada. There's now Shyla with a violent drop kick. Shyla came up a different route. The tiny independent scenes of the South, down through Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, that wrestled out west for the Battle Machine, the most violent wrestling promotion in the world. In the deserts of Arizona and New Mexico, to almost a product of the legendary Black Mesa Hangar 18 out in the airplane graveyard in Tucson, Arizona. Now, big double knee from Shyla Deathridge. Scout Uzumaki starting to fight back. And Shyla countering. Scout pushing her away. Big distance elbow. The girl who likes to describe herself as straight out of a manga panel is Scout Uzumaki, who now has Nelson's into the neckbreaker. Look at that. Beautiful move. Some misdirection into that neckbreaker, too. Only a 2 count. Scout Uzumaki, one of NIRATIAS' most unique competitors in multiple different ways. Big head kick. As Scout now moving Shyla into the corner. Scout has a few different ways to win matches. Shyla Deathridge has her favorites as well, although we haven't gotten to see them in NIRATIAS. Both of these competitors, again, haven't been able to give themselves a win in NIRATIAS. That might just do it. Cradle flatliner. Don't look down from Shyla Deathridge. And Shyla now posing for the crowd. Perhaps looking to finish this. Scout not going to let it happen though. Scout, beautiful, into the crucifix. 1, 2, no, not yet. And a Kamehameha from Scout Uzumaki. The Scout now making distance. Perhaps looking to land the Rasengan. And wait a minute, who the hell? What in the world? Landmine, that's Alex Deathwish. What is he doing here? Alex Deathwish with a landmine on Scout Uzumaki. And Shyla now lining Scout up. Survivor's guilt. 1, 2, 3. Goodness me, why did it have to end that way? Scout Uzumaki lining Shyla up for the Rasengan. Shyla took the referee and Alex Deathwish throws. Look at this. Into that backbreaker, that landmine. Deathwish.
The winner of the match, Shyla Deathridge.
And Deathridge obviously working together to get noticed in NIRATIAS. As we're getting ready now to hear the next draft pick for NIRATIAS. Fantastic choice for Stargazers. Sophia Fortune on the rise here in NIRATIAS has evolved greatly over the years. And Akira Young with another fantastic pick for NIRATIAS Hourglass. Marika Yang, Serenity. Another great second generation star. Well, alright then, let's do it. First time matchup. Main event of part 1 of the Double Down. Razorblade and the Half-Blood Princess sounds great to me. Two of NIRATIAS' hottest running stars. Young talent here in NIRATIAS. And I guess technically this would be the first ever cross-branded match in NIRATIAS. Stargazer versus Hourglass as Marika's girlfriend Emily Cypher comes running out the ringside to join her. Hell, let's get a referee, let's get Rosalie Hawthorne down here, make this official. Yep, here we go. Let's do it.
The following is your Double Down Showdown Draft Special Part 1 main event, and it is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, to my right, from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 133 pounds, this is Razorblade, Sophia Fortune. And her opponent to my left, cornered by her whole world Emily Cypher. From Miramichi in New Brunswick, Canada, weighing in at 130 pounds, Marika Yang Serenity.
First time matchup here tonight. If Marika Yang Serenity soaking in the crowd. Here's Rosalie Hawthorne clearing the way. Sophia Fortune, Marika Yang Serenity, your main event here for part 1 of the Double Down Showdown Draft Special. We have a hell of a road ahead of us as we head towards Horizon Festival, live from Sydney, Australia. We have a huge Australia tour coming up for you in the lead up to that Horizon Festival. We're going to be all over both the north and south coast of Australia. And you see Marika, Sophia going at it in the middle of the ring now. Counters the hammerlock. Goes Marika Yang Serenity. These two now jockeying for position. Who's going to be the one to take advantage of Marika into a headlock? Sophia now pushing Marika off to the rope. Leapfrog. Runs in. Marika just ran through her into the SPO. Fortune. Sophia Fortune high-stepping. Feeling it. Look at that now. Matrix that punch. Big boot from Fortune into a wheel kick. Razor Blade recently dealing with Oni Enterprises. Oni Enterprises collapsing on itself in Vegas. Not that long ago. Now Fortune tried to run through Marika, and Marika kicks her down. Is now walking back up. Marika taking advantage. Steps through, arm drag, off the rope. Fortune caught the clothesline, but Marika fights out of whatever plan. Look at this, and bull rushes her into the corner. And now stomping out Sophia Fortune. Pulls her up into an alley-oop. Cover now. 1, 2. Not a 3 for Marika Yang Serenity. Marika now chop, mid. Big right hand. These two now trading back and forth. Fortune daring Marika to swing. Marika instead throwing off the rhythm into a beautiful combination into a crossbody. 1, 2. Only a 2. Marika with great misdirection there. That bob and weave to disrupt the rhythm of Sophia Fortune and land that combination. The super kick right to the chest. And now Marika, perhaps. Yes, springboard into that knee miss. Springboard drop kick from Sophia Fortune. Fortune outstanding. Marika into the corner. Picks her up, backbreaker. Holding on to her, gives it to her a second time. As now, Fortune climbing up. Counters Marika there, who was swinging at her. Fortune slings through into another drop kick. Beautiful slingshot drop kick. 2. Only a 2 count. Fortune putting those kicks to good work. Big discus elbow. Super kick again for Marika. Marika firing up this crowd. As the crowd in the palm of her hand. There's a big stinger splash in the corner. And now look at this, targeting the leg of Sophia Fortune. She knows that Fortune loves to use that knee bar. Used it to tap out Oni. And now look at this, unique submission from Marika. Ducks under, knee, into the spear off the ropes. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Sophia Fortune getting closer with every move. What a spear that was. Off of that knee, now these two turning back and forth once again. Off the ropes, Fortune ran right through her. Tried to go for the springboard. Reverse DDT, saving grace. Headbutt there. And now, jump Sophia on her head. Get drop kicked as well. Cover 1, 2, only a 2 count. 4. Marika and Serenity dumping Sophia Fortune on the back of her neck. A big clothesline there for Fortune. Fortune trying to figure out how to use the ropes. Does so perfectly with another spear. And Fortune now slings it through it. Side slam. 1, 2, almost. Only a 2 count. As Fortune now perhaps looking for that knee bar. As Marika countering. Gets kicked in the leg. Now, look at this. Fortune making it flip, flop, and fly. With the atomic elbow. And huge splashy airtime. Caught in the lights above Demon Machine. But only a 2. 4. Sophia Fortune now. Look at this, has that knee bar hooked. Marika immediately getting out of it as quickly as she could. And Emily Butterfly. 1, 2, 3. Marika yanks Serenity, your winner. That was a hell of a fight. Beautifully done. Both competitors really making a case for why they were drafted so early. Marika standing tall over Sophia Fortune in the first NIRATIAS Stargazer versus Hourglass match. Hourglass won.
Your winner of the match, Marika Yang Serenity.
Marika Marika and Emily Cypher, of course, celebrating as always. And now, Sophia wants a handshake from Marika, and I have no doubt that she's gonna get it. Beautifully done. See you in part 2.